Well, there's never a shortage of shows or sights and sounds throughout this city, but for the next few hours, all eyes are glued to Allegiant Stadium here in Las Vegas.
Today we hit Week 10, and we've got a good one in store between the Los Angeles Chargers
and the Las Vegas Raiders.
The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports.
And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25.
Play action. It's Herbert. And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack. Max Crosby in there for the sack, and he's closing in on the all-time record. That's number 19 on the year.
But we knew coming in it was going to be a long afternoon if they weren't able to hold up against this pass rush, huh?
What we didn't know was that protection was going to spring a leak on the first play from scrimmage.
Got after him right out of the gate.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion, one more good rep, and they get off the field.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw.
Nowhere to go for Herbert, and he's going to go down. Multiple defenders there to drop him for a loss of 4.
On fourth down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Fielded at about the 28.
A good head-down running on the return gets about 15 yards.
And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by J.C. Jackson.
And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football.
If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Herbert. He's going to let it go end zone for Allen. Into a double team, and it's intercepted.
And the Raiders are going to take over at their own 28-yard line.
Charles, that makes now 5 interceptions and not even 5 quarters. Remember, he threw 4 picks last week.
And this turns into a tough situation because a lot of fans, the first thing is, oh, well, we need to change quarterbacks. This is your guy. This is your elite player. You can't just take him out like that. If I'm the coach, I make a little joke and say, you know some big guy, we're going to change the football. So it's obvious that's the problem. It's not you. Keep firing.
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. They'll go with the option, coming right. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
Recovered by the Chargers.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. The 20. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score.
For a pick six on the first play of the drive, and Charles, we have our first points of the game, making it 6-0.
And while it's only 6 points in the first quarter, it certainly takes a lot of pressure off of them, doesn't it? They're in the lead, they have control. Now they just want to settle in and play their game and defend that advantage.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away.
This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone.
The Charger drive about to get going. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
Early in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. Now a handoff up the middle. Allison, and he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Here's Herbert. And the Raiders have got him.
Multiple defenders getting home there for a loss of 11.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
Third and long, it's Herbert. He finds his man complete. It's Chambers. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Herbert now. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Chambers.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
I tell you what, it looks like he's shaking off that pick six just fine. It's not just defensive backs that have to have short memories. Quarterbacks utilize that as well. A much more confident throw right there.
And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. On 2nd and 9, Herbert. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
They put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one. Force the incompletion. That'll allow him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. And it's caught. Touchdown, Chargers. Keenan Allen, his 5th touchdown now on the year.
And the Chargers are an extra point away now from tying this ball game.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Extra point forthcoming. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number one goal? Make the playoffs. Number two, win your division. Number three, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number one seed so you get that first round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And this one is incomplete.
The Raiders at 8-1 on the year, and they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
They'll go option on 2nd down, right side. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On play action, they'll throw. Looking deep for Adams. And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Davante Adams, his 25th touchdown. Tying Emmitt Smith for the 5th most in one season.
And the Raiders have taken the lead.
And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. As the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25.
The Charger drive about to get going.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
Here's Herbert. And that is incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away.
And this will be taken at the 13. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, Pass rush, pass rush. Lots of guys up front, or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here. They'll try and pick it up on a run of the action to the right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains.
Well, I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react. Even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL, they're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh, my goodness.
And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Khalil Mack in there for the sack, and it's an important one from a personal standpoint, as that is sack number 100 in what has certainly been a terrific career to this point. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. That's caught inside the 20.
And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot. They'll look to throw here. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. On first down, it's Miles. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown.
His fifth touchdown on the ground, number 8 overall. And the Raiders go up by 2 touchdowns.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now 21-7. On as the Raider kickoff unit now, as they will send this one away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Charger drive about to get going.
And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they're having panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise, and start to put together some drives.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it, and to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Well, this is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
The Chargers on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Caught by Allen.
And they'll work this down inside the 30.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on third down, and they keep the drive going.
On first down, Justin Herbert. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series, because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Herbert throwing again. He finds his target, Allen. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A good pickup there, 26 yards. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. Second and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Chargers. A great play there.
His second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Chargers have cut it back within a score.
Point after, right down the middle. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
For this offense, Charles, remember the last time they were out here, marched it nearly the full length of the football field, and a lot of the attack went through the air, so now they're seeing if they can duplicate that performance.
Okay, if I showed my age a little bit, partner, because I can hear my high school coach, John Ford. I can hear his voice in my head. Laddie, when you put the ball in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. For the way the game's being played now, this is just part of what they do, so I don't think they should change anything at all. They've been dominant. Keep throwing it around.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
These two teams, they met up earlier in the year, back in week 2, and it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. He's going to have the first down and more than that.
And I think the ball's out and picked up by the Chargers.
He was having success there holding on to it on the option, but ultimately problems downfield, and it results in a turnover.
Yeah, and this is a tough one because you know you'd prefer to have your quarterback either heading to the sidelines or getting down at the end of the play. But you've got an aggressive one. He's fighting for extra yardage, and he gets stripped there. You don't need him to be a hero in that situation. You want your quarterback taking care of himself.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yes, let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So they got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
Herbert setting up to throw on first down. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2.
Tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains.
Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as they'll stop him with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. This will be fielded at the 17.
A very good kick there, but 15 yards on the return. And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And with a 7-point lead, they'll likely look to take this to the locker room and not really press the issue.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down. A play action fake. They'll look to throw. Looking deep for Adams. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
Well, the first 2 drives yielded touchdowns, so there's no reason for them to feel like they have to pull back on the reins. They pushed it downfield, looking for another one right there. Didn't get it, but we know they're going to continue to be bold.
He's got him in, complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And despite the turnovers, Charles, and they had multiple in that first half, they still have the lead as they begin this third quarter.
And they probably heard some conflicting tones at the half, don't you think? A lot of praise for what they did to get this lead, but also a little bit of scolding because they got to take better care of the football in the second half. But you and I both know the great leaders, they know how to give that little bit of vinegar in there and cover it with a big dose of honey.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Adams. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. On third down, it's Miles. He's got room at the 30. And some room to work. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. A great effort there. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead now up to 14. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now...
On Herbert, his third interception. And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football. That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
And he's going to get this down near the 25.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Touchdown, Raiders! A 22-yard touchdown grab.
And the Raiders have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone.
The Charger drive about to get going.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Back to throw here, Herbert. And the Raiders have got him.
Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ballgame. I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational. CD, that is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack is a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
Steps away to his left. He finds his man, complete. That's Miles.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material.
Looking left side, and he's got him in. That's Miles. And here he'll get it down to the 7. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left. They run the counter. Miles. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. Touchdown! A great play there. His 3rd touchdown of the game, number 9 on the season.
And the Raiders get another 3rd quarter touchdown to add on to that lead.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll increase their lead to 28.
Raiders 42, Chargers 14.
On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away.
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
The Charger drive about to get going.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
3rd and 2, Herbert. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know, what do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. But we're not seeing a confident thrower right now.
He's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, L.A. A big play there. 69 yards.
And the Chargers' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
That certainly went against the traditional ways of playing football, but who cares? Look at the result. Big touchdown.
They went for it on their own side of the 50. So there's conservative, there's aggressive, and there's really aggressive, which is what we just saw there. Tip of the cap to them.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And quick throw here, that's complete. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that'll bring up 2nd down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. They'll find his tight end. That's Waller. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
They go play action here on 1st down.
Pass thrown to Adams. He's got it on the crossing route.
And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Here we go, here we go. Warriors 70. Ready.
They'll look to throw again. That's caught by Waller out left side.
And they'll work this down inside the 30.
Back to throw again. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Davante Adams with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Raiders are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll push the lead up to 29 now. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10
at their 25-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Going deep here for Allen. And now here's another interception.
And the Raiders are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield.
I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw a 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ballgame, I would have said never, not in a million years, but here we go. Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Sliding out of the pocket.
And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
Oh, he's been fun to watch in this when he's made the correct reads all game long and helped stake his team a huge lead. Running, passing, he's made all the right decisions. But that wasn't the right read on that one. It falls incomplete.
Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. He's got a man, complete. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
Off the RPO, he completes it. Only a yard in the completion. It's 2nd and goal. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. A great effort there with his 14th touchdown of the year, 2nd of the game.
And the Raiders are closing in on a 9th victory on the year as they extend their lead.
On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the
And my goodness, another interception.
And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football. And they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
He'll look to throw. Flushed out right.
And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
It's been a fun game for him so far, but I think he tried to do just a little too much that time. Give the defense a rare win on that snap.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. The Raiders on 3rd down. They have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. A 16-yard touchdown.
And the Raiders continue to run up the score. They lead it big here in the 4th.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25.
The Charger drive about to get going. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense is pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. He's going to look for Allen now, the deep ball. And now here's another interception.
Yeah. Sound like some superheroes. Some black superheroes. Every block, every hood, every city, every ghetto. Need a black superhero. Every block, every hood, every city, every ghetto. Need a black superhero.
You need a role like me. Military mind state in and I keep a degree. You can label me a Huey P. Made a martyr out of Martin, out of Malcolm, out of Mega. I refuse to let these dirty devils make Michael a beggar. A hero CEO, I will go Magneto for my people. Give me liberty or death, that is my credo, not my ego. Dressed in a tuxedo, into party, alter ego. Killed your leader in gazebo, did it for the people. Love what motivated, I did not do it for hatred. But I truly hate the devil, I cannot debate or fake it. I was asked a question and the asker thought it hard. If I was facing death and I could ask one thing of God, I would ask for every to be free here and abroad. And to be rightfully celebrated as a child of God. And to be rightfully celebrated as a child of God.
Every block, every hood, every city, every ghetto. Need a black superhero. Our own kind took nip from us. Money still reading God we trust. Truthfully we envy, so why we so envious? And why our own kind envy us? Mark said it's hard, but we gotta keep our head up. Going even though we know we fed up. It's hell attention, plus we ain't careful where we all pay attention. I need all my real soldiers on the front line, fighting for the right just one time. So unstoppable together at the same time, with the same mind.